Hey everybody, welcome to another off-the-shelf board game review. This week we're looking at Hyperborea, a 2 to 6 player light civilization game. The average playtime is going to be about 25 minutes per player. Now Hyperborea is an asymmetrical light civilization game, and what does that mean? That means that every single race comes with their own special powers, allowing them to play just ever so slightly differently. You have your red race, which is good at warlike activities. You have your green race, which is better at moving around the map board. You have your blue race, which is good for researching your technologies, etc. So every single player is going to play a little bit differently. Now this is a point-based game where you're basically doing various things to try to get yourself victory points. You can gain victory points by having control of certain areas. You gain victory points by destroying your enemies and putting them in your graveyard. And there's other ways to get victory points, including gaining technologies and also explaining some of the ruins from this ancient world that's been destroyed and slowly being rebuilt up. Whether you destroy the ghosts of the past or discover ancient treasures inside these ruins, all these things can give you victory points. Here's the really cool thing about Hyperborea though. This game is called a bag building game. And a bag building game is the kind of game where you're basically going to have a bag full of cubes. You're going to reach inside this bag every turn. It's going to give you out a couple of cubes every turn. You're going to use these cubes and play these cubes on your technologies that are going to give you special abilities to do various things, such as exploring the map, moving your units into various locations, and also attacking your enemies across the board. See, your technologies and your cubes are going to allow you to do these things, so it shares the mechanics much like a deck building game, but unlike a deck building game, the amount of cubes you get in your bag are going to be a little bit less, so you're going to have more control of what you're doing. And not only on top of that, it's also a slight war game where you're going to be attacking all the other players. And the best winner of the game is the player who can manage all the resources, manage their deck building or their cube building through the bag, since this is a bag building game, and the player can most efficiently use all the resources, gain the best technologies that are going to help their empire, and grow to defeat the other players. Can you become the most powerful nation, destroy all your opponents, get the most victory points at the end? That is Hyperborea, the game. If you want to learn about all the gameplay variety that comes with Hyperborea, including the fact that the map is going to be built differently every time you play the game, thanks to the fact that there's only 7 tiles used for every game out of over 30 hex tiles, the variable treasures, the variable racial powers, and just how this game works together, check out my tutorial, and also check out my sample gameplay video where I'm going to show you a complete run through with 3 players, 3 races that play very, very differently. Or if you want, you can bypass all that and go directly to my review and get my final thoughts on Hyperborea, the game.